Now, this is going to be a series of videos aimed at both newcomers to the industry and existing professional photographers who are looking to grow their business even further. Now, in these videos, I'm not going to talk about lenses. Yes, I know there's a 2-foot lens here. So all these lenses, different manufacturers or cameras, Fuji, Nikon, Canon, Sony, Panasonic. I'm not going to talk about those in these videos purely because I want to focus on how you can grow your photography business and how I have done it, so you can benefit from my experience. Cue the intro. Right, before I start, can I ask you, there is a heart-shaped button right down there. Would you be able to press that, please, and subscribe to the channel and press the little bell as well. Don't forget the bell. Don't forget the bell! The bell! Because the more my channel grows, the more I can bring you videos that will help you with your business and your photography business. Thank you! Thank you! Right, as I explained before, this is a series of videos covering the photography business side of the industry. These will include things like what styles of photography are most lucrative, financially lucrative, which is what I'm going to cover in this video, cash flow, and marketing. So let's look at what styles of photography are most financially lucrative. For newcomers to the photography industry, please do not assume I'm implying you should do these styles of photography now. The only reason I'm mentioning it is so that you can build up your skill set to be able to eventually do these styles. So let's look at which styles of photography are most lucrative. These include weddings, as you probably know, corporate, high-end fashion shoot / commercial work, and giving training. Unfortunately, any other styles that you enjoy doing, and trust me, I've gone through this myself, any other styles that you enjoy doing will not sustain you financially. You will end up either getting a second job, which eventually means you have to focus more on money, more on your other career, and you'll give up photography altogether. Or you end up being supported by your spouse, your partners, your family. Either case, from my personal experience, I guarantee you that you will not be able to sustain your career if you do any other styles of photography. Yes, I know what you're going to say. So-and-so in Norway is doing landscape and he or she is earning $1 million or £1 million from just selling one photo. Yes, it happens. But the reality is that those are like people who win the lottery. It doesn't happen very often. You cannot run a career based on lottery. You have to go after styles that are actually financially lucrative. Think about it. Think about it. In fact, I would say majority, if not all, professional experienced photographers already know this. But if they already know this, then why is it majority of photographers are struggling? Experienced professional photographers are struggling to run a business. There's several reasons why they shy away from, unfortunately, from doing these styles of photography. Now, from my personal experience, again, these are all based on my personal experience and what I've done, what I've learned to do to grow my business. What I've noticed over the years is that people don't like these styles of photography because almost all of them involves you having to deal with a large number of people. Now, when you deal with large number of people, this will lead to inevitably having to deal with difficult people, people who are unreasonable, people who have unrealistic expectation. Ooh, story time, story time. Talking of unrealistic expectation, once I did a photo shoot for an event, and this large lady came out, and I took a photo. Again, did the best I could, shoot down, make sure I flatter her with shadows, slim her down as much as I can. And when I showed her the photo, the first thing she said was, "Oh my God, you, literally you have made me look fat." Lady, you're large. This is who you have to deal with, especially if you do weddings. No bride wants to look large. So this is why you have to have the experience to know what you need to do in order to minimize their shape. But this is one of the reasons why professional photographers hate dealing with people. It's easy to deal with landscapes and inanimate objects. Is that the word? Inanimate? Is that the word? Is that the word? Whatever the word is. Because a stone, a landscape's not going to moan at you about you making his butt look big. So, you have to put up with that. If you want to run a business, you have to deal with people. Think about that. The next one is these styles of photography, because almost all professional photographers know that these are the lucrative styles to go after, it becomes very competitive. And I would say it almost becomes cutthroat, where people literally are nasty to each other, undermine each other in a horrible way. Understandably, nobody wants to go through that, which is why, again, photographers shy away from it. The next thing is being criticized. Photographers are creative people. Creative people do not like to be criticized because they want to give birth to a creation that's admired by everyone. That's what every professional and amateur photographer aims for, ultimately. And that's why they don't like criticism. But when you deal with people, inevitably, you're going to get criticized. You're going to get somebody saying, again, going back to my story, you made me look fat. It's not because I'm fat. It's because you made me look fat. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, be prepared. And that's another reason why a lot of photographers shy away from these styles of photography. The next reason why professional photographers shy away from doing these styles of photography is because they like to stay in their comfort zone. And this ultimately stems from them being creative. They like to do things that's admired by everyone. Nobody wants to start from scratch and feel inexperienced, feel like a novice. But if you want to run it as a business and earn money, you absolutely have to learn to do these styles of photography and get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Take a risk. Now, this, please don't misunderstand me. This doesn't mean give up what you enjoy and purely go after money. Far from it, because the way I do it is I do styles of photography that I actually enjoy. One of my hobbies is dance photography. Now, I know I'm never going to earn hardly any money from doing dance photography or filming dance shows, purely because dance schools and individual parents don't have enough money to pay for my time. But what I tend to do is combine my hobby, which is dance photography and dance shows with styles of photography that are financially lucrative. Now, I personally do a lot of corporate work. I personally do a lot of events, black tie events. So that's where the money is. It's very difficult. You constantly have to deal with people. Sometimes people are difficult, but you have to run it as a business. It's that simple. But don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on what you enjoy. Don't let that fire inside you fizzle away. That creative passion fizzle away. Keep it alive. So why am I talking about professional photographers when I initially said this is also aimed at newcomers to the industry? It's because if you're a newcomer to the industry, you need to build up your skill set. You need to learn how to position people, how lighting works, camera settings, even what manufacturers of camera is best for what styles of photography. If you're going to do weddings, what camera manufacturer is most suited to wedding? So this is why I'm mentioning all this. So you as newcomers to the industry need to build up your skill set now to eventually, and I emphasize eventually, do not attempt to do this now. Please, for God's sake, you end up in court and you say, some guy on the YouTube said, don't do it, don't do it. Eventually, you will be able to do this and you will be able to earn fantastic money from these styles of photography. If you're going to call yourself a professional photographer and be a full-time professional photographer, you have no other choice, unfortunately. Learn to do the two of them together. What you enjoy and what brings in money. Right, in the next video, I'm going to talk about cash flow. So what do I mean by cash flow? Cash flow is basically money coming in versus money going out. Now, I know this might sound simple, but trust me, majority of businesses, regardless of whether it's photography or other types of businesses, fail purely because they don't manage their cash flow. This is why cash flow is vital to any business, regardless of what it is, especially with photography, because we're bombarded. We as creative people are bombarded by advertisement, making us believe that unless we have the best equipment, we're not professionals. We won't be able to produce the best photo. And that couldn't be further from the truth. But I'll cover all that in the next video, as well as invoicing and how to invoice clients. I'll cover all that in the next video.